Good evening, we are Tuesday, 6th of November 2018. Here's a quick market update on tonight's US midterm elections. The midterm elections in America are often the trigger for a strong period for US shares. That's because the clearing of political uncertainty tends to go hand in hand with a fiscal boost to the economy, as the president starts to look towards re-election in 2 years' time. But this year might look a bit different, for a couple of reasons. First, because Christmas came early in this presidential cycle, as far as tax policy is concerned. Donald Trump's tax cuts this year brought forward the usual year 3 boost by 12 months. And second, because the most likely outcome of the election is a Democrat win in the House of Representatives and a Republican hold in the Senate. This promises policy gridlock and tied hands for a president who, whatever his shortcomings in other areas, has generally been seen as a positive for the stock market. If the most likely scenario does play out, and the odds are 3-1 that it will, then markets may struggle to regain momentum after the October wobble, as fiscal stimulus starts to wane against a backdrop of continuing monetary tightening from the Federal Reserve. The more interesting outcomes from a market perspective would be clean sweeps by either the Republicans or the Democrats. If one or the other party does gain control of both houses of Congress, then the door opens for more decisive policymaking. A Republican sweep would probably be seen as good news for markets, as it would make more fiscal stimulus more likely. Tax reform 2.0, it is being called. And ditto deregulation, which would help financials in particular. A Democrat sweep is a harder call from a market perspective. It could be unsettling if it made impeachment of the president over his alleged Russian connections more likely. It could, on the other hand, be a good thing if the president's infrastructure spending plans received a bigger welcome from a Democrat House. On trade policy, it is not clear that any changes in Congress would make a huge difference, as the White House holds considerable power over policy in this area. The market is struggling to get hold of the outlook for trade tensions, latching onto every hint from the president or his counterparts in China. At the end of last week, soothing words from Trump helped the mood, but President Xi's comments at the beginning of this week undid the good work. Tensions remain high. Well, that's all on this short topic. Speak to you soon. Goodbye.